Okay, so my last video I talked about reasons why I would continue, and what I would rather see Haiku do. Now I'm going to talk about all the things that I didn't do, where I fucked up, and the overall status of the repo, things I'm not capable of doing, and I'm providing the information so that someone else, if they have enough skills and they have the desire, that maybe, just maybe, they could take what I've done, fix it fairly easily, I'm hoping, and deliver a bunch of apps to Haiku users. And perhaps, um, and that includes getting patches into Haiku Porter, um, giving the apps to HaikuWare, or whatever. Okay? So, as I said before, I'm not a programmer. Um, the limits of my abilities are recognizing that when an error comes up, that the error looks like I better include some header, basically. Um, I can use if-defs, but I'm not a pro at it. I'd say I'm very amateur at if-defs. Sometimes there's situations where I should have used if-defs, and I didn't. There's some situations where I made patches that, if they were brought into package source, they would interfere with the smooth operation of some operating system. Um, what else? I didn't look through the source code to see, carefully, as I would build things. I wouldn't stop and look and see whether, do a grep on the body of the source code to see whether, say, the word link was in there with a parentheses next to it, which means it's going to make a hard link. I know that much. And change it to symlink. There may be a number of packages that are trying to create hard links, and they can't. I didn't test a lot of the apps. Of the ones I've tested, not too thrilled with the results. There's sometimes because I just don't have super advanced skills, I may have created or edited one of the recipes for package source in a way that would be problematic for other, you know, coexisting projects. I wasn't careful when I built the packages to examine every BSD makefile. I think roughly 6,000 of them over the last 2 months. I didn't examine those files to make sure that there was a matching build link entry for every link that's created on makefiles. I didn't really gain that strong of an understanding of how configure works. And I have a very weak understanding of about how Library Tool works. The condition of my applications are that, even though I've just simply built most of them, a lot of them have some errors. So, for example, let's just do, say, Circus Linux. Now, the strangest thing about this is that there's something I've done here. I went in and I typed up, I think I used the bmake install command, and the end result is when I try to run this program, it resizes the resolution on my screen, and it tells me it's using a different version of library ping, and I didn't do anything with memory. I didn't go in and make sure that Circus Linux and maybe about 1,000 other packages or so were getting enough memory from the system. Um, if I was a better programmer, I would have maybe hacked the kernel or something like that. Compiled the kernel, rebuilt it, and you know, made it so it was able to handle shared memory. Um, so I wasn't able to build any GTK applications, and and then there's something going on when I tried to run, say, a program like Mosaic. I don't get a network connection. Um, I linked it with library network, but maybe it was the wrong library network, or maybe I should have rewrote the TCP stack for that package, but I didn't have the skills to do that. There's some packages that want to write to the user directory, and I didn't rewrite the code for those things, or the temp directory. I didn't rewrite the code for a majority of them to read directories that we have write access to, and so the packages won't really run. So that's pretty much it. But the deal is someone with maybe just a little more skill could probably go in and do something to the code so the ping library doesn't want to take up too much memory or the wrong memory set. Also, when I try to compile Wine, the ELF headers, I couldn't figure out how to get the right ELF header to be included in there, and I didn't do anything to deal with any of the memory space. I didn't rewrite the Wine memory stack to take up the right memory space that Haiku has available. When I compiled Apache, similar thing. I didn't rewrite the memory module or patch it in any way to allow it to actually run smoothly out of the box. I didn't spend enough time on this. I only spent maybe 12 hours a day on weekends and 5 or 6 hours after work every day for the last 2 months. Really, lacked focus. Didn't have that drive, that determination to actually try to build packages or see things through, and things like that. So I didn't really get as far as I wanted to. That's just the way things go. And some of these builds, I didn't know ahead of time that the Mesa library that comes with Haiku. I didn't have precognition. I didn't do a readelf on every binary on the system before I started building to figure out which ones had the same names as some of the things I wanted to link to, but weren't really made of the same components. I probably should have done that, and I probably should have made my own LD. That way I'd make sure things were pathed right also. I probably should have rewrote some of the Doom code to make sure that, and I don't have the skills to do that, so, I don't actually know how to code, so I probably should have learned how to code, too, but didn't, so I couldn't rewrite part of the Doom code for the particular version of Doom that comes with package source to get it to be able to use more than certain number of colors. We couldn't run that. So I got a lot of packages that built, but a lot of them that I can't use because I just wasn't able to rewrite parts of the system or the code in 2 months with the the pathetic short amount of time that I spent every day doing this. Had a few successes, had some fun with it, but I just realized I just don't have the work ethic to be able to actually um, see through these things and manage all 6,000 packages to perfection. Um, in you know in the copious amounts of time that I have to do this in. So that's probably the main reason why I'm going to quit doing this stuff. I may come back, or I may just focus on one category and that's it. But I might not even do that at all. I That's it.